Happy Monday, folks. Mindful Mondays, Alonzo, Save Mother.Earth. I'm here in my place of relaxation, Aguacate. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to bring my Go Green Fashionista yoga mat and do a little yoga over here because it's just after tomorrow's running day. So, and you've done like a 10K or whatever distance, you need a little stretching for your back. So anyway, with Save Mother.Earth, if you are not familiar, we focus on really supporting green sites like this, Aguacate Garden of Love. There's a wind farm ecological reserve that's supported by one of the folks here, Melissa Day. Wind farm ecological reserve is Ken Scott, Haiti. And then we also support Overtown Farms. So yeah, these sites are important. I do a lot of work in tech. I'm sure if you do remote work, or if you're like a remote worker or a parent, it's a beautiful site. You can bring them kids around. There's plenty of space for them to run around. But anyway, this video I really wanted to talk about what I've been seeing. So if you're not familiar with my work, so I do Save Mother.Earth, supporting green sites like this. But in support of those sites, and this is something that was created in order to help Chef Chris, there's Overtown Farms. So a lot of times when I'm doing volunteer farming, I usually don't know what I'm looking at in terms of plants or things like that. So I created an app called Farm Friend to support them. So we do a lot of work on Save Mother.Earth, so on that side. And then there's a sister organization called ICRE Ventures, where we're focused on really, because there's a lot of stuff that's taking place in AI and in terms of tech. So on the AI front, what we call the front end of tech, this is the stuff that you can see. It could be the computer work that you do. We try to automate that, especially in terms of the marketing side, using this app. Partners like Marvelism, where we help grow sales, especially for like-minded allies, the HVAC companies, the green farms, the electrical folks. Those are the type of folks we really want them to see, because that's the way with green and tech going together. So, and then there's also the front end of tech, which is edge devices, right? You're starting to see more and more things about robotics, but we're trying to use them for good. A lot of times there's a lot of dangerous work or back-breaking work. I'll give you an example. In farming, you're doing a lot of mulching, you're bending down, you're doing all of that deep squat and picking things up and all of that. I know you can see this deep squat. The problem is, like, you have to go row after row after row to pick things up. So that's where you can have robotics helping people's back out, like pun, right? You also have folks like that are doing really dangerous work in terms of telecom lines, so automating that work. So that's the front end of tech, the stuff you can see, the drones, all that. But then there's the back end, and boy, oh boy, that back end is becoming a problem, right? The stuff that you don't see, the data centers, you've been hearing about them because of decisions made to, these are when you go to Facebook, or you're using like AI tools like Marvelism or Lovable, they go to these servers, these computers that are in these buildings called data centers. And so not all data centers are alike. Some have been responsible, especially in Europe. There are some in North America. We're making a list of them now, that they use clean energy. They're using, because they're not using water to cool down the equipment. Because a lot of times, folks, there are some data centers that don't use clean energy, right? They use methane, coal, all these terrible things instead of sustainable energy like solar and geothermal. And then on top of that, the way that they cool these servers that are really hot, they choose to use water instead of alternative technologies like air. And why that matters is that what the main part of this video is that we're now having what we call day zeros, right? So when you have a data center, it could be in Cape Town, South Africa, it could be in water-starved areas of the West Coast, where you're now seeing that these communities were already struggling with water issues. So on top of that, you have these water-guzzling data centers and big agri and all these things that are destroying, like the environment, in addition to sucking up a lot of water. So we're now having a situation where government officials now have to think about evacuating areas. Now you think about that, millions of people being displaced, because If a city does not have water, it cannot exist. So if folks are forced to move, you can imagine what that's going to do to your rental prices. And you're thinking like, well, I'm a landlord, that would be a good thing for me. You're going to see costs going up for you as well. You know, when you see a mad rush of people that are moving from one area to another area, you have security and political instability. So that's one of the things that why ICRE Ventures, we're pushing against those things. You're starting to see local communities now wising up and standing up against data centers that are not operating in the right way, holding elected officials responsible. And here's a key agency. You've probably not heard of them before, but in every state in the US, you have these folks called public service commissions or public utility commissions. They are the ones that are responsible, because when a data center is being set up, if they're not using sustainable energy and they want to use, let's say, coal or gas, and they want to access power from the local utility company, that usually drives up your rate because now you're competing with them. So those plans have to be approved by the PSC. And so, you know, now there are questions as to, you know, I'm going to put this down and put this into a tripod mode, because let me tell you, our arms are getting sore. Whew. Okay, so we'll talk while we set up. So you're starting to see folks now asking questions from the Public Services Commission, like, did you approve the utility to work with these folks and drive up the energy costs for me, for you, and everybody else? See, this is the thing. This is why you got to vote. This is why you got to stay involved, because I'm just going to be out of frame for a second. Especially in the US, I don't know. We have a lot of apathy, right? Folks say, oh, I don't have time. But when you don't vote, you're basically allowing these folks to kind of do whatever they want. And we have local elections coming up, midterms. Folks have to show up, because you know who appoints the public service commissioners that determine your utility rates that you pay? The governor. That's right, in Florida or anywhere else. So you have to participate as to what's taking place. So you're, you know, elect the judges that are going to be looking at the cases that, you know, when there's lawsuits brought about. Right now in Miami, we have some very significant elections that are taking place. Pay attention to what's going on in these things. Vote in your local elections. We've got some good people running for office. My friend Whitney, he's running for Pejote in North Miami Beach. He's running for commissioner. That has an impact. You've got Dina, she's running for state senate. So those are the folks I know I'm supporting. I believe we have Judge Mabel Ruiz. She's a good judge. Vote for her. Billy Corbin. She's got a wonderful list of folks that you should look at in terms of vote for. That's just Florida, but this is happening across the U.S. and other places, that the elected officials, a lot of times, I hate to say it, they're in cahoots with these lobbyists that don't care about the environment and that don't care about the rates that you pay. So pay attention. Who is going to be the person that appoints the public services commissioners? The governor, the state senators, not just the federal level seats. For folks outside the U.S., you have provincial elections. We really have to change the way we do business. You know, we can't just do business as usual. You would think in a place like Miami that's wet and that's tropical, but we're having water issues. We have wildfires in the Everglades. We have fires up north in the U.S., Canada. These things are all connected. As the weather gets warmer, there's less water, it gets drier, you have more wildfires. Your utility rates are going up. So, and I'm a person, listen, I'm not an anti-AI or anything else, because I know done right, AI can be a source of good, but you have to ensure responsible automation. You have to ensure that the back end is sustainable. All of these things have to be done. These are choices that people have made to do things. And it's not just AI. We got to look at the way we're doing farming. We got to really look at everything, because it's impacting us, it's going to impact our kids and our kids' kids, you know, our future generation. So anyway, I know we're already almost at the 10-minute time period. I'm posting this to the State Mother Daughter channel, for Instagram, for Spoutable, for YouTube. We're going to post it on the LinkedIn. I want people to vote. I want people to participate, learn about these technologies, figure out how to power them with more efficient tools. And really, like, that's why I'm supporting, like, innovative HVAC companies, right? That's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, because those companies play a big role in terms of how things get cooled down. Not just at the industrial or the data center level, but commercial buildings, residential buildings. Efficiencies are needed on that level. We need electricians, all kinds of innovations. So there are techniques that can make buildings more energy efficient, and then we also need our researchers or our engineers. There are folks on the deep tech side of things creating new chips that are much more energy efficient, more sustainable. So a lot has to change. I'm putting information out there to encourage folks. We need to support green sites. We need the canopy, the trees. We need ecologically friendly businesses. Like, one thing I like about Aguacate is vegan food. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but we need to be more plant-based as a society. That's better for your health. You have folks like folks over knives, the doctors and that, but from an environmental perspective. And we really just need to change the way we do things, being more plant-based, being more clean energy-based. It's better for you, it's better for the environment, it's more sustainable, so we can head off these water wars that are coming. You best believe, I'm from Ethiopia. There's challenges now between Ethiopia, Sudan, and Egypt based on water. There's problems in Asia in terms of the water sources there, in different parts in India and Pakistan. It's happening here. So, and I remember reading about this decades ago, and now it's happening. I remember all these things have been predicted for a while, but I'm not a doom and gloom person. There's a lot we can do. Anyway, this is Alonso with SaveMother.earth, and I'm Shari Ventures. Wishing you the best in everything you do. And you have a part to play, so I hope you play it. And this is the mango berry fruit ball. Yeah, you do a good job around here. I'm just looking for my remote here. Anyway, so support Aguacate, support Overtown Farms. And yeah, you have a role to play, whether you're an HVAC, engineer, marketing, legal,